If you originate or service loans, your ability to scale relies entirely on one operational bottleneck: managing multiple borrowers, each with their own distinct terms, from a single administrative account. When you are dealing with a small handful of clients, a well-organized spreadsheet seems sufficient. But eventually, every lending operation hits a mathematical wall. We call this the 20-loan threshold. At this scale, the daily friction compounds. Calculating complex amortization schedules by hand invites errors. Cross-referencing bank statements to reconcile a single failed ACH payment against 20 different ledgers consumes hours of administrative time. As your portfolio grows, your operational burden increases. The spreadsheet's efficiency plummets past 20 active loans. At that same threshold, your exposure to compliance errors regarding TILA and GLBA spikes exponentially. Manual disclosure calculations fail under volume. Past 20 loans, avoiding software stops saving you money. The spreadsheet transitions into an active operational liability that risks regulatory fines and stalled growth. Moving your portfolio to a dedicated loan management platform is the necessary next step. But this is exactly where many lenders make a costly mistake. The first trap is overbuying. If you manage a straightforward 30-loan real estate portfolio, purchasing a massive enterprise-grade system built on complex APIs will drain your budget on features your team will never use. The second trap is underbuying. Attempting to force a multi-million-dollar syndicated fund with staged disbursements into a basic consumer amortization tool will lead to systemic accounting failures. Every lender faces a core trade-off here. You have to weigh platform specialization against architectural complexity. Securing the right software requires you to look past the marketing features and match the platform's underlying architecture directly to the asset class you are actually servicing. Let's look at scenario A. You are a private money lender dealing primarily with property-secured loans. This matrix charts portfolio scale against asset complexity. The mortgage office lands in the highly specialized sector, handling trust accounting, LTV ratios, and escrow. For smaller, simpler portfolios, Bright software appears in the low-scale standard quadrant, offering low-cost and automated 1098 tax documents. Bright saves considerable money and training time for portfolios under 100 loans. The trade-off is that it lacks the deep programmatic composability you would need if you planned to aggressively scale into the thousands. For niche lenders, specialized compliance workflows and immediate usability are the priorities over infinite automation. Consider the opposite spectrum, fintechs. They automatically process thousands of microloans, executing custom fee structures and daily interest calculations without human intervention. Returning to our matrix, Mambu sits in the absolute top right corner for maximum scale and complexity. This cloud-native, API-first architecture handles massive programmatic volume and custom fee logic. The trade-off here is steep. You achieve nearly infinite operational scalability, but you have to pay premium enterprise pricing and endure a massive, complex initial engineering lift to deploy it. In the fintech space, software is not a passive management tool. The API architecture serves as the actual engine driving the entire business model. Scenario C is for the general brokers. You are originating a wide, standard mix of both consumer and commercial loans. On the matrix, LoanPro lands dead center, bridging the quadrants. It acts as a strong all-around servicer with native payment integrations and a clean multi-borrower dashboard out of the box. But for scenario D, structuring variable draw construction loans or multi-LLC funds, a standard platform restricts you. Instead, Nortridge pushes to the far edge of the complexity scale. It provides the structural flexibility required to handle non-standard math and multi-entity fund setups. The cost of that flexibility is a severe learning curve for your staff. Regardless of the software you choose, managing loans requires you to access multiple platforms at once. You will have your servicing system, your banking portals, and compliance databases all open. This multi-tab workflow frequently causes cookie cross-contamination, resulting in frustrating forced logouts. You can resolve these session conflicts by running a browser isolation tool, like Sendwin, which sandboxes each login separately. It ensures your data streams stay clean,
though it does require you to consciously adapt your daily browsing habits. Generalist lenders benefit most from platforms with robust, out-of-the-box integrations. Multi-entity lenders, however, have to prioritize deep structural customizability to survive. The rule for evaluating loan software is simple. Do not pay for complex enterprise features you do not have the portfolio to support, and do not settle for basic ledgers if your asset class demands rigorous regulatory tracking. This flowchart distills the final decision down to your primary lending model. If you manage under 100 private loans and prioritize rapid setup, look at Bright Software. If your focus is strictly on real estate and escrow compliance, review the Mortgage Office. If you are building a programmatic fintech platform from the ground up, evaluate Mambu. For complex multi-entity fund setups and construction draws, test Nurtridge.
And if you broker a broad mix of standard consumer and commercial assets, start with LoanPro. Be aware that migrating to a dedicated platform will not fix a disorganized lending operation. Software only automates the rules you give it. You have to standardize your loan terms, define your fee structures mathematically, and lock down your compliance protocols first. Once the logic is clear, the right software